All right. So Instagram is telling me, it's letting my followers know that I've started a live video. Let's see if it's successful enough. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining in. It's going to be an
Yo,
amazing. Hey, bro. What's up? How are you? Assalamu alaikum.
assalamu alaikum. I'm good, bro. How are you? It's good to talk to you, man.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm energized. I'm pumped tonight.
Let's go. It's a Sunday, but like, who cares, man? We're always on it. We're always on it.
Every day is a Sunday now.
That's also true. That's also true. I mean, we don't have timetables, and my sleeping pattern is messed up. Not even gonna lie.
On the other hand, I just had a new haircut, so
Oh,
something
did
good.
you do it yourself though?
My brother did it. Yeah.
Okay, see, I respect that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I need to go to the barber. Like, I'm done cutting. I've cut my hair myself way too many times. I've messed it up all over. So I think I'm gonna go to the barber next time. But like, yeah, I usually do it myself. But like, nah, I think I need a barber now.
When you do it yourself, it's every single time it's a masterpiece.
Man, yeah, I like to think so. I, I, like, I like to tell myself, yeah, it looks good. Like, even if somebody says it looks shit, I just ignore it. Like, yeah, I look good.
All right, so I think we should begin. First of all, everybody, welcome. First of all, Mehmosh, thank you so much for joining in
Oh man,
to
I
this
appreciate
episode. I am super pumped, super energized right now, and I'm really excited to
it,
get
man.
to know you more, man.
Nah, it should be great. It should be great. It's a pleasure to be on with you, man.
Thank you, thank you. So let's begin. So talk to us about who is Mehmosh? What does he do? How was he born? Where did he born? Like, was you born in Pakistan, in London? Where were you born?
I
And like,
was
how did you manage to be at this place where you are right now?
so yeah. So I was a kid. I was a little baby in Pakistan. I was born in Pakistan, and then when I was like maybe 1 or 2 years old, we moved out here. And then the thing is, obviously, I don't remember every detail of where I lived when I was a kid, but like, yeah, that's the gist of it, basically. That's basically the gist of it. I spent a few years growing up all over the place, maybe a few years in Birmingham and a few years in maybe Newcastle or something. Eventually, I spent the bulk of my time in Ireland before I eventually moved back to Pakistan for a few years. But now I'm back here, and yeah, I just enjoy it out here. Out here. It's always good. It's always good. So
All right. All right. And so tell us about MMA. How did you get into MMA and how's been the experience so far?
oh, okay, that's a fun story. So I have a friend. His name is, I don't know if you know Umar Hashmi, man. Like, have you heard that name? He was on the regional circuit
Not,
back in.
not yet, not yet, not
Okay,
yet.
so he was a fighter back on the regional circuit, and then he was a friend. He was a friend of mine, and I just used to watch a lot of UFC and Pride and shit. Right, Pride was already over at the time, and UFC was still on. But like, I was still watching old fights because my cousin came from Canada, and he showed me like MMA. I was like, oh damn, this is sick! Like, these guys are like men, and like beating the crap out of each other. And eventually, my friend goes, "Oh well, there's this gym in Blue Area, and they have like events on the roof. Like, they're called beat downs, and you just sign up, and then you can basically go and fight there." So I was like, "Yes, I'll do that." I signed up. I hit heavy bag in for 2 weeks. I got matched up, and I fought, and I lost very badly. And yeah, that was it though. That next, yes, well, I've never felt this way before. It made me feel alive, and yeah, I'm gonna sign up, man. I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. Um, it didn't, it didn't feel like a huge decision at the time, but thinking about it now, shit, that was a big decision, right? Because
So that's great. But wait a minute. So there's a place in Blue Area by the name Beatdown that you can just
nah,
go and
nah,
act like Fight Club.
nah. That was the gym that used to have events on the roof called the Beatdown. So we'd have,
Whoa.
so
Okay.
there was a beat down, and there was a beat down two, then there was a beat down three, then there was a beat down four. I fought in a few beat
It's
downs.
like whole Fight Club going on and on and on and on.
Yeah, exactly. It was perfect, man. Like, it was what we needed at the time, sort of thing.
I'm really shocked because I've been living in Islamabad Mindi for like all my life, and I never got to know about this, and it's just
Yeah,
very
it was.
shocking for me.
I mean, at the time, because we're still so young with MMA in Pakistan, and at the time it was a brainchild more than anything. It wasn't even a child yet; it was a brainchild, and um, so like people, I hardly knew about it. You know what I mean? I just went up there and was like, "Yo, this is." It was quite intimidating, obviously. Like for someone who has been in a lot of fights per se, like street fights, but like when you're in a situation where it's just one versus one, and you have to fight a guy for like up to 15 minutes, kind of like, especially when it's your first time, you're like, yeah, this is not going to be easy. Um, but you can give credit to TFF for that shit, because they really put it out there. Like they were the first gym out there doing these kind of smoker events. Like it was obviously them and like in Lahore where Bashir was training, of course. Um, but you have to give credit to TFF, man. They had these events in Islamabad. They were putting out these towns and stuff like that. And now, like, look where we are. Like, we've come so far in such a short period of time. Imagine where we're going to be in the next like 5 or 10 years. Inshallah.
That's so true. That's so true. But and that makes me come to my second question, which is, you're one of the very one of the most important people, guests to be at my show because it's the health show. And so, you being an athlete, that really matters. That matters a lot. So talk to
Eh,
us, tell us explicitly in very, detail about how do you keep yourself healthy?
Um, explicitly in detail. Maybe I got some secrets though. No, I'll tell you. So it's not. Listen, it's not rocket science. It's just consistency, and I say it like to everyone, and I say it so much that my mouth is tired of fucking saying it. It's just consistency. It's plain old being boring. Like consistency is boring, but like it gives you results. You wake up, you have a good breakfast, or what I like to do personally is I like to like do intermittent fasting every other day in the week. And, it's not that I eat less calories or anything, man. It's just like I just put the bulk of my calories at the end of the day because I like eating a lot of food. A lot of the stuff I eat is I try my best to get like organic food. Meat's expensive when it's organic, but like I try my best, sort of thing, and just eat good, man. Eat fruits. Don't eat crap. Like I used to eat a lot of bullshit. Like I used to eat like biscuits and little toasties, and burgers and chips, fries and cokes. But I'm off that now. I save it for like a day in the week, which I don't really show people when I do because it's absolutely when I pig out, it's disgusting. So I keep that sort of uncovered. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, basically, it's not rocket science. I make my smoothies. I just keep that protein up, and it's about eating nutritionally dense food. It's not only about eating food that people say is good for you. Eat a salad; it's good for you. It's not just about that. It's about eating food that's actually good for you, that has the nutrients that your body. That's where growing older, we need more of it. Like you're young, you're tired, and all that. As you grow older, you're like, oh, I feel a little bit fatigued. I need that. You need to eat foods that are actually nutritionally dense. When you're young, we regenerate. We have all that. It's all good, always good, right? So it's just about eating stuff that's good for you. Like I put like spinach. I eat a lot of spinach. I eat a lot of berries. I eat a lot of things like that, just to antioxidate me and stuff like that. So it's not rocket science. It's just consistency. Apart from that one day in the week, which is probably gonna be today.
You're actually so right. You're actually so right. And that makes me remember Matt Fraser. I
Yeah,
saw this documentary, Matt Fraser, on YouTube as well. In which he tells explicitly that he goes to bed at the same time, wakes up at the same time, eats the same thing every day, and the whole routine every single day is just every single day the same old boring shit that you do every single day, and that makes you healthy.
yeah.
And
That's
and
what.
it's something, it's very very simple, and at the same time it's actually hard to begin. But once you know that you're gonna do this, and you know why you're doing it, then it becomes easy because it gets
Exactly.
simple, right?
And another thing is that people have to understand what it's for. Like, well, not everybody, but me personally, I'm the sort of person that I ask a lot of questions, but I want to know the answers as well. It's not just that I'm asking a lot of questions. I want to know what the purpose is. When you start to understand the purpose of anything, it not just the diet, anything you want to do it. Like, a small example would be like, oh, why do we, silly, but why do we pray? Well, you understand that the concept of that is because we need, like, it's like a self, not just praying, you're asking God, like, it's a conversation. And then you're like, okay, I want to do it 5 times a day. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with diet. And when you're on, and it's not, and a diet doesn't mean eating less, a diet means eating good. See, again, it's like sort of a misconception. You got to understand what everything actually means. Having a good diet means just eating good food, right? So that's me personally, and I feel like if other people also understand what it's actually for, or how they're feeling afterwards, they're gonna be like, "Shit, I want to every day." Like, imagine eating something and like after you're done eating, you're like, "Whoa, I can't move. I can't move." You know what I mean? And then you eat something, and then you go, "I feel good. Like I feel strong. I feel energized." You know? So like it's just a huge difference in that. Speak
You're
volumes.
so, that's so true, and that's so powerful because, and that makes me, talk about more about this. I became, a plant based person, just like 6 to 7 months ago, and the
Nice.
kind of changes I saw in myself when I left meat, I left dairy, I left all that shit, I left burgers, I left all of that shit, and once I did it, I saw such a massive change in myself, in my body. I researched upon plant-based diets and all of that. And once I did, वो जो एक simple distinction थी ना, which you're talking about, once you eat and you're like full and you can't move, and then you
Yeah.
eat something and you feel good and you're like, okay, now I'm good, now I'm pumped.
You're
So
like,
that
"Whoa."
was the kind of energy that it gave me, and I was like off to the races then.
Exactly, exactly. And like it's mad, but you actually feel this huge difference. Like you don't realize it when because when you eat crap, right? When you eat something that's bad for you, you always feel bad afterwards. It slows you down, you feel lethargic,
Exactly.
and you're like, ah, yaar, ye kya kar diya? Like, what the fuck, that? But then you eat something good, and it's crazy. It happens every time. It's not just gonna happen that one time. Every time you eat something good, you're gonna feel good afterwards. Yeah, people just need to understand like what things are. Me personally, I feel that way, and when people, I feel like when people understand what things are for, they're like, yeah, that's something that we got to do.
And
Yo,
like,
give me a prompt.
yeah, and like, me being, personally being a doctor right now, I understand, the kind of, both diets do to your mind and body, right? I know, the serotonin uptake, I know the dopamine
100%.
system, I know all of that, what happens. But people don't know that. They're
Yeah.
like, it just makes me feel good. But they don't
Yes.
understand that, your relationship with food is so, so, so important than you would like even remember. Like
Yeah.
even it's just so massively important कि आपका जो relationship है with food, it needs to be good.
This is
You just don't have to go for
this is
food to
this is
change
the
your
way.
mood and emotions. You have to go for food for fuel, for nutrition, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Fuel is the key word here, right? Like you want to you have a car and you love your car and you want to you want to drive fast, you want to keep it good, you want to keep it and you want to keep it for a long time, keep it going and you want to keep it strong. You give that shit high octane. You don't give that shit some unleaded crap, right? Right? So give yourself some high octane, man. Let's listen. And especially for the longest time when you're young you don't feel it like when you're like super young, I mean like when you're 18, 19, and you're just like you can eat crap and you won't feel it, but like eventually you're gonna be like, yo, if I'm gonna perform at like a good high level, I need to be giving myself some good high level food, right? So again, just like the fuel, like you said, I thought that was perfect how you said it. Like it's fuel, bro. Give yourself some high octane, you're gonna perform like a beast at the end of the day, and you're gonna yeah,
That's so true.
that you get younger as well, like it's anti-aging properties, and like you feel better, your bones, your ligaments, everything,
And that makes me also talk about the fact that people right now nowadays, our Generation Z especially, they go to food and eat their foods because they want to change their emotions. They feel like it's gonna take them from a bad state of emotion to a good state of emotion.
yeah,
It's
comfort,
what's
right?
called as the stress eating phenomenon.
Yeah.
And it's just messed up. It's just messed up. I mean, come on.
Yo, I'm not gonna, so I don't know, maybe he's listening right now, but like a friend of mine yesterday, and he said, yo, listen, like I've started like just stress eating a lot because like he's moving, he's got his whole new job thing going now, and ever since this COVID, he's working at home. He's like, I started stress eating, man. And I'm like, yo, listen, like you should take this opportunity to become a beast rather than like, well, a bitch, like I had all this time. you have
Exactly.
you can stay at home, you can work, you have the ability to cook your own meals because you are at home, so you can make sure you're eating good, and you can work out and get really fit. And by the time this whole situation somewhat normalizes, they people might just go like, whoa, where's he been, he's been working, we've been just like eating. And it just goes both ways, like you said, like it goes both ways. Like if it's so easy to stress eat, it's also so easy to not stress eat, man. It's just, you gotta, like I said before, you gotta realize that's actually good for you, and the benefits it gives you is like outweighs, the negative shit that you get from eating all that crap. So I just, that was perfect.
So true, Memosh. I can go about dieting and health and all of this for like 24/7. Like this is just too much in me, and I just want to share it with all of that. But we have time allocation, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go move on to my next
Yeah,
question,
the thing is,
and that is
you're gonna end up talking to a lot of people and just, I call them ask holes. Like they ask you, they say,
exactly, yes, yes, yes.
and then they ask you the next day again. You're like, fuck off, man. But you know what I
It
mean.
is like it's the answer is simple. It's the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, it's consistency. It's good food. It's understanding its food is nutrition and fuel. It's just not crap. It's just the same old thing.
Exactly.
But I mean, people are people.
Yeah.
So okay. So now I have a very serious question for you. And that is, what is your biggest failure, and what did you learn out of it?
My biggest failure. So if you go on YouTube, you'll see a video with 500,000 views, and that's me getting knocked out. So that's my biggest failure.
Oh, damn.
Uh,
Okay, that shit is
but
crazy.
it's mad though, because it's also like, that's you listen. You either win and you either learn. So it just helped me to really realize
True.
that I need to go back to being a martial artist, not being a fighter, but being a fucking ninja. So that's what really, it really helped me to really understand, to go back to doing that. So yeah, I definitely learned so much from it. Obviously, it gave me a wealth of fucking knowledge, man. Like going up against someone who was also like a high level, like he fought in the UFC as well, and just going in there, and like it helped me better myself internally rather than externally, because the thing is, it was all sort of in my head. It always is. Like you, whether you understand it or not, it's like when you're fighting, it's like 80% mental. Like just all that shit that you've done in training camp, putting it together and going out there, and then just doing it on the canvas right there and then. So like, yeah, it really helped me sort of just realize, like, I'm out here to be a martial artist, like, and just go in there, do my job, rather than there like one want to fight guy, that sort of a thing.
All right, so acha, so tell us about the title of that video because I really want to see that.
Which video? Which video? The one I just
The one
mentioned?
you're talking about on YouTube, yeah, with a million views, you're
Oh
being
yeah.
knocked
Yep.
out.
Yep. Go. It's just type in my name. It should come up in the first few, man. It's me against Rolando D.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll definitely watch it. All right. So
What's something I win well?
sure, sure. All right. So, what advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue a career similar to yours? Even though Pakistan mein itna, there's koi rujan nahi hai about MMA, people don't really know about it. People are maybe not interested about it. But at the same time, more and more people are looking up to people like you, like Bashir Ahmed. So
Yeah.
people are it's starting to build up after Amir Khan, after you guys. It's starting to build up. It's starting to gain some momentum. So, what do give advice to someone who wants to pursue this career?
Okay, so I want to give advice to someone who wants to pursue any fucking career, bro. Like, at the end of the day, don't look at who's gonna say no. Don't look at your situation. Like, it's very easy to be a prisoner of your own situation. You start to feel sorry for yourself. And it's not something. It's not saying something that's happened in the past. Just like the way that I have good friends to sort of help through all those situations. But this is something that's very common. I've seen other people, I've seen my own loved ones as well. You start to realize that, you start to go into sort of a shell that sort of goes, poor me. You go like, oh, poor me, I have this. Oh, poor me, I don't have that. Well, you gotta realize, dude, you could have anything you want in the fucking world. I example, if you want Rihanna to wedding, where every day today, she would probably sing at your wedding. You know what I mean? And that's just a small example for anything. Like if you, for MMA specifically, all I want to say is you got to be obsessed with this shit. Okay, if we're talking about specifics now that was a sort of general thing, but if we're talking about specifics, you got to be absolutely obsessed with it. You got to live, breathe, eat, watch everything MMA. Yo, this is not about being a tough man anymore. Back in the day, if you're juiced up on some roids, some high level shit, you're really jacked up, you get your head off, and you're an MMA fighter. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna just like take each other's heads off. But now it's all about being a nerd, like being that person who's so like who understands that's happening and like sort of takes that knowledge on and like learn before someone else or you have to be like sort of 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game. It's like it's chess, not check, you know. So you
So
gotta
true. I mean, like it's more of a mental game as well. How much
yeah,
is it physical? It's also
absolutely,
mental because you're going through all of this in your head.
absolutely.
All right, Memosh. So if now this question is very exciting. It's very interesting for me. I ask this to every single guest, and it's just a very good question, and that is if you had the time, energy, and money to do whatever you can in the world that would keep you healthy, what is that one thing that you would do?
Oh come on, that's not a fair question. I'm already doing it though. That's what I'm saying. The issue is I'm already like this. If you give me all that shit, I'd still be doing this. 100%
Wow, wow.
that
Okay.
same thing. Because at the end of the day, right? It's all about for me. It's all about peace of mind, and like this is what gives me peace of mind. And like you got to do what gives you a peace of mind. Because at the end of the day, we strive for peace, right? So I always say this
So
to
true.
people:
So
do
true.
whatever you want to do in life because that's what's going to give you that sense of fulfillment at the end of the day. You don't want to come home and be like, I feel like shit. You want to come home after that long ass day and be like, I feel good because I did something today, man. You know what I mean? So you want that sense of fulfillment. So like for me, that's it. That's it. Peace of mind is everything. And if you gave me all that, I'd be doing the same shit. I'd probably give some of it away to charity or something. Because like, what are you gonna do with all that money?
That's amazing. This is the first answer somebody gave me about this, and they'll be like, I'll be still be doing the same shit
But
because
I'm
it's
happy.
fulfillment, right?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
at the end
happy.
of the day, it's fulfillment.
Absolutely. Listen, life's good. Listen, life is the way you perceive it to be. Life's good, man. Life's good.
That's so true. And that makes me come to my second, another question, which is, um, who are the three most important people who were most influential to you in your life?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Listen, number one, my dad. Okay, I don't know about the other two. I haven't really given it a lot of thought, but number one is my dad because my dad has taken some extreme measures to make sure I am the man I am. If I said them on camera, I'm sure a lot of people would be like, "Yo, that's not right." Like, I think that's not right. But like, no, I love my dad. He's the reason I am the way I am. Like, obviously, he's not a martial artist. He's not a fighter. He's a doctor. But like, if my dad's friends look at me, they're like, you know what? We know why you're a fighter because your dad is basically a fighter. Like, he's got that mentality. He's got all that thing going, and he was just so strictly growing up. Like he made sure that I had certain values that he wanted me to have. It sort of my characteristics. Um, just made me the way I am. Beat the crap out of me a lot. Helped me. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. I hated your guts
But
for it,
but but
man.
I want you to talk about it. I want you to talk about it. What did your dad do? What was that exciting thing? We want to know. We
Okay,
really
so,
want to know.
so we're going story time, right? So here's story time for you. So one day, right, a young little Mehmosh is sitting in his room and he's like, Dad, I want to play the guitar. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's not shit that we do. Like we have that culture shit going, right? And, and I'm like, no, but I want to learn how to play the guitar. And then I'm thinking to myself, because like, they like me, right? But I was a kid back then, right? You have this love hate relationship with girls. Anyway, so you're like, oh, I want to learn how to play guitar. So my dad, he gets me guitar, and then I end up like I end up pissing him off because I was the way I was, and then he ends up basically breaking the guitar on me. End of story.
Whoa, that is great.
Yeah, so there's one little story for you guys. I love my dad. I love him. I really do. He made me the way I am. So I'm really grateful for it. I feel like, listen, if he didn't do that shit that he did do, I'd probably be completely different. I'd probably be not so nice. I'm not sure. Not so disciplined.
That is
Or
absolutely true.
because the thing is, my
All
dad
the things that happen.
who's always been really driven, really hardworking, and really on top of things, especially when it comes to other moral stuff as well. But just as a person, as achieving what he wants to achieve, like he champion in his weight class, sort of thing, you know. So I'm just trying to do the same here. I'm just trying to follow in.
That is amazing, and that's absolutely beautiful, Memosh.
Oh, thank you so much.
Um, if you could step into my shoes right now, what is that one thing that you would have asked yourself that I didn't?
Okay. Oh man, I don't know you like that though, right? What's the one thing? Could you repeat that? What's the one thing that I
What's
would
that
have
one? Yeah.
asked?
So, what's that one thing that you would have asked yourself in my place?
Right. Oh man, that's an insane question. How'd you come up with that question?
I just came up with it. I thought about it about too much, and then I was like, okay.
Okay, so okay, so then we're sort of gonna go. How do you feel about what you're doing in life right now? Am I allowed to ask you that question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, but you see, the thing is, if I'm asking you all these questions, but let's say if you were in my shoes right now, if you were here, and the same emotion was there at the same time, what
Right.
would this emotion ask this?
What was this memo? This memo. Oh man, nothing, man. Just tell him to keep getting better and stay patient. You know what I mean? Like I don't really have because I'm sort of a person that's sort of like I'm very in the moment sort of a thing. I don't even like when people reminisce sort of a thing, you know. So like just to keep getting better and keep getting like fucking deadly. You know what I mean?
Okay,
The sort of-
ninja.
yeah, I'm a ninja, boy. I'm a ninja. So it's just keep being a martial artist. I don't know. Like if I was in your shoes, right? And it'd be like that. And me talking to myself, even if it was back then or right now, I just tell myself that, yo, calm down, keep doing what you're doing, and shit's gonna get mad soon.
That is amazing and that's beautiful. Okay, so it's Pakistan
We just did
and
the calm
I
thing
just
right there. Like you
wow.
said.
I mean, this happens. This happens. This happened yesterday
For
too.
all
When oh
those
my
people
god, जो
watching right
UPS से
now,
वही बंद हो गया
yeah,
था.
this is called load shedding. Is this load shedding, by the way? Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
for
And by the way, this is Pakistan basically collaborating commemorating the rise of Dark season 3. We're with them.
Yeah,
That's how we're
we're
celebrating.
endorsing that shit. We're endorsing that shit. So basically, light just went in Pakistan. It'll come back in an hour, but we're still good.
Yeah, we're good. Right now we're good for like a few minutes. जब
Oh,
तक यूपीएस मेरा चलता है उसके बाद we're gonna go dark, really dark.
the best, my man.
That's one thing. The Pakistan. Pakistan is exciting. Pakistan is surprising. We have surprises every single day of our life.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Like every day is something. Well, things are getting better though, right? Like we got like some positive stuff going on now. Before it wasn't the same, but like now we got some good people. Like we got some guys bringing laurels back to the country, especially in sports, especially in MMA, which I fucking love. Like we have so many guys coming up, man. Like you look at the fights on promotions, like Nasir Khan's promotion, doing with Cux and his boys at Cux and all that guy, and those guys haven't even fought internationally yet. They're only fighting on the regional circuit, and they're already bringing laurels back to us. You know what I mean? So it's exciting stuff. It's exciting stuff. Not just load shedding. We have other shit too.
That's so true, and that's so true. These things are happening every day. Just like I said, Pakistan is now slowly, gaining up momentum in MMA and
Allah,
fighting and all of
Allah.
that. Because for a very long time we've been thinking like these things don't even mean anything. Like हमारे culture में ये चीजें थी नहीं. Although kabaddi and all of those things were the
Yeah,
same, like they had the same mentality. How
yeah,
does that? How does a fight feel and think? the whole mentality of a fighter is something that inspires me a lot. Like I
Oh
kid you
man.
not, if I didn't love medicine as I much as I do, I probably would have been a fighter. I kid you not, honestly.
Oh man. Well, here's the thing. You're a frontline fighter. You got to remember that you're a frontline fighter. I say that to my dad all the time.
Yes.
We got heroes and like some, and these are real life heroes. You know what I mean? Like you're out there risking your life. You got to wear. No mask is gonna protect you from that shit. You know that too. You know that no mask is gonna protect you from what's happening in front of you. You're like, you just go in
So
there
true.
like, you know what?
So true.
You're like, this is what I signed up for. Let's do it.
This is actually so true, pretty true. All right, Mehmosh. So tell us about this. What do you think about health and wellness in today's society, especially in Pakistan?
Oh, in Pakistan, I feel like people got to wake up. Like, it's just we have this certain culture, and that even goes to like the way we eat food. It's just so bad. And then we have this other culture with like how people get, oh, okay, this person is an old, ये बुजुर्ग हो गए हैं, इनको अभी पानी भी लेके आने इनके लिए, खाना खाना भी लेके आने इनके लिए. Like they're not gonna get their own stuff. We start to get old. We start to get slow, and I bet we have a really low life expectancy rate in Pakistan, right? Do you know any figures?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
It's like 60. It's 60.
and
In
that's
whereas in
horrible.
UK it's like 70, 80.
That's horrible, isn't it? And that's only because we live the way we live, or they live the way they live. Well, we live the way we live, and we eat the way we eat. Like it's full of oil, it's full of sauces. It's a lot of the stuff we do eat is good, right? We have our like sabziyan and stuff, right? Our vegetables. But even that, we have to put
True.
like half a kilo of oil in it. It kind of negates the effect, doesn't it? Um,
I would love to go about this. कितना हम तेल डालते हैं, कितना हम उसमें ऑयल डालते हैं, कितना हम उसमें घी लगाते हैं, कितनी चीनी हम
exactly,
डालते हैं चाय में, कितनी बार चाय पीते हैं. There is like
exactly.
so much stuff, and that's shocking. कितने मसाले हम डालते हैं, कितनी बिरयानी खाते हैं, आलू हट डालते हैं या नहीं डालते हैं. Like there's a whole debate about this. Like people get angry on this shit.
You can't forget that, bro. Listen,
Oh
it
wow,
tastes
we're
good.
back. We're back online, guys.
Oh, we back. We back. Let there be like. I just sent you.
I'm so happy right now. I'm literally so happy right now.
I sent you some of this, bro. That's for you.
Thank you, thank you so much.
But yeah, man, it's that sevad ki chawal and all that stuff. It tastes lovely, but it's poison. It's poison. We have to realize.
True.
We have to realize that like our body's our temple, right? We are gonna. We just covered this. We got to give it high octane. We're gonna get that shit back. We're gonna stay younger for longer. We're gonna stay healthier for longer. We're gonna stay driven mentally. We're gonna be on top of it. Otherwise, we're just gonna get old, go into dementia, start shaking around, and like like we sort of bring it upon ourselves. So it's just people don't realize it maybe, or we're just so caught up in just being part of our own culture, and it really pisses me off because um, culture shouldn't dictate what we do in life. If anything, you could always say, that's our religion. We're doing that because that's our religion. But like, we're doing it with it's our culture. Man, that's just terrible. You know, do what's good for you.
So
Do what's
true.
good for all of us as people, as humans.
And especially because people don't actually take out time to research about this stuff. They don't actually want to take out time and study what is a diet, how does that diet works. जो हम खाने खा रहे हैं
Yeah,
अंदर जाके what do they do to our intestines. मतलब they don't study this stuff. They don't care. They just want to
exactly,
eat and eat and eat and eat.
exactly.
It's just bizarre. All right. So Mimosh, we have a question from Maheen, and she asks, how do you hit your daily protein goal, and like, do you use pea protein powder?
Oh yeah, I do. Nice. Okay, so Maheen knows a thing or two. I do use pea protein. I actually also use hemp protein. So I used to eat a lot of protein. This is Maheen's question. I used to eat a lot of protein. I used to maybe eat like maybe a hundred, like twice my weight in body, twice my body weight in protein, right? But I sort of realized that as me, like for me, and my goals are different to like somebody who wants to be a bodybuilder. For example, he's gonna need a lot more protein. He wants to get more, bigger muscles. He wants to show off more. For me, I need fuel. So I sort of realized that my goal has got to be to be able to, have that high level endurance and just to have that fuel and that energy to keep going, to drive on. So I sort of replaced it and started eating. I now eat more carbs than I do protein. So if I am gonna be eating, I'm still eating quite a bit of protein, maybe 120 grams. I walk around about 71, 72, and I eat about 120 grams. Maybe I might go 130, 40, but that's not intentional. It usually just happens. I'm eating a lot more carbs now, and I used to take protein sources like whey protein from Gold Standard stuff like that. But now I'm on hemp protein, pea protein, just proteins that are more nutritionally dense, like we talked about before. So I'm not just getting protein out of it; I'm getting like zinc and magnesium and all that stuff. Um, so that's the way I go about my diet.
That is great, and that makes me come to this question. I really want you to share your, daily plan. Like, I know you're a big shake person. Like, you're a big fruit shake person. I
Yeah.
kept asking you that day, what is this? This must be spinach and water only. But you're like, no, it's fruits, bro. So, talk
Oh,
us about that, and how can we, just to be healthy, and just to load on some, a lean mass, and just to load on some muscle, like for me or for people like me who really inspired to be better. They just want to pack on a little bit muscle.
oh yeah.
Talk us about what can we add, what should we remove.
Okay. So I'll start off with that smoothie. That super smoothie, right? Listen, that thing is gonna get you. That thing is gonna get you strong. I won't say it's gonna get you big, but it's gonna get you strong because it's very dense. I put in. I have my spinach, bit of curly K, some hemp protein, some pea protein, a bit of protein soy milk. I got a banana in there, an orange in there, and some frozen veggies, and a bit of maca powder. Maca powder. I'm not sure if you know about it, but like it's good. It's good. Like you know how certain things are considered aphrodisiacs, but they're actually really good for you. It's one of those things. So yeah, people just don't be so.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, so basically blend that shit together and it tastes sick. It looks not so sick. It looks or green. It's either gonna come out brown or green. Whatever color it comes out, it's gonna taste really good. The only reason it looks weird is because of the spinach. Because the green mixes with the berries and it turns out to be a weird color or whatever. You drink it, you're gonna like it. Um, yeah, that's basically that. What was the second part you asked me? There's a two-part question, right?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, first of all, I'm gonna try this tomorrow. I'm gonna do this first thing in the morning.
Sweet.
And secondly, the thing is, people like me, people like
Oh
who
yeah.
my listeners who want to be more healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what should they add and remove from their diet?
Got it, got it, got it. Also, by the way, this is something I usually have after my training sessions. So, because surprisingly so, there's about 35 grams of protein in that, and it's a good like 500 calories when you have all those ingredients. So it's basically a meal, but it's probably the best meal you'll
It's
ever
great.
have.
It's great. It's a great post workout meal.
Absolutely, absolutely. As far as like just like people generally wanting to pack on some muscle, and get in shape, eat good, but incorporate like supplements that like okay, so creatine is a good thing to start using if you want to pack on some muscle, and you're gonna pack on like maybe an extra 1 to 1.5 kg of muscle when you start taking cycles, but it's gonna be good. It's not gonna oh my body ho gaya. It's gonna be just like muscle weight. I used to take creatine. I don't so much anymore because I want to stay in a certain sort of weight, but eating foods like beef and just like taking creatine monohydrate, just the purest form of it is very effective and it's not bad for you. Like back in the day, they'd be like, "Oh, it's bad for your liver and blah blah." Well, drink more water, man. Drink more water, and you also get certain brands that do not cause water retention. So your your endurance goes up, and you're gonna get that strength, but you might not get that size. So that's all on you then. So you want to, because creatine naturally causes water retention. Because obviously, we get muscles, it's full of water. It's always like that. Like the muscles, that's why we're 70% water, right? That's why fighters cut weight. Um, so yeah, if you want to pack on some muscle, get strong as well. It's not just you're not just gonna pack on muscle. You're gonna get strength as well, explosiveness and endurance. It's creatine monohydrate, man. That's the way to go. That's a little tip for you guys. I bet you already know this.
Yeah, yeah, I do, but I don't think the listeners do. Acha, so there's
Yeah.
this thing in Pakistan. So whenever you try to, want to add a supplement, want to take a supplement, people all have these misconceptions about this, and they supplements, they get the same place as steroids. in
Yeah.
Pakistan, and that's shocking because they're like,
That,
whoa,
like, oh,
if you're taking a supplement, they're
you're
like,
like, that's not
whoa,
natural.
bro, steroid.
You're like, yo, you're like, oh, I use protein. You're like, no, man, I'm natural, man. Listen, supplement means it's supplementing. Supplement means a help. So it's basically helping your diet.
Exactly.
It's supplementation to your goal. Remember that, people. It's there's a difference. Steroids are illegal. You know what I mean? This is just food.
I mean,
When you eat, you're helping your body, so you're supplementing your body. So even food is a, like a certain form of supplement for your body. You're giving it the fuel. That's a supplement.
I mean, come
Simple
on.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah,
again, like, Pakistani people have really messed up thinking about food. Like, I don't know what to say, but, this is how it
yo,
is. But it
Pakistan, if
needs
you
to
get
change. And,
strong, you
I,
need
I, I'm trying my level best through this vehicle, through this my page that, I do maximum. I help people to be better, to inspire to be better. And,
that's
I'm
perfect.
doing whatever I can.
Brilliant, man. Mashallah.
All
That's
right. So, Memosh, thank you. Thank you.
no worries, my brother.
Tell us where can our listeners connect to you online?
Um, right here, just right here, just on my Instagram. Follow me. Yeah, just follow me on
All
Instagram.
right.
I got a Facebook page. It's kind of more active on Instagram. Literally nobody else. I don't think many people are named Mehmosh. So if you search for Mehmosh, I should come up. It's hardly any. But yeah, just connect.
All right. And now this is a very serious question that I have for you, and that is very important. I feel like it's not talked about enough, and that is about mental health.
Yeah,
I feel like there's lots of stigmas attached to mental health, and nobody talks about it enough. It's not given due attention.
100%.
People are during these times, during this year 2020, especially during this time of COVID-19, people are having the most hardest of time dealing with mental health. They're going through a lot, and it's just a lot harder to take all of it in. So,
100%.
what's your take on this? What do you think about mental health, and how can people improve all of that?
Okay, so I mean, this is you've probably heard this before, but like a day at a time really helps. If you're just like happy for the day every single day, whether because like when you take it a day at a time, even when you have a bad day, by the end of it, you're like, that was just a day. Tomorrow's a new day. So before you go to bed, you probably just gonna go, you know what? Like I had some shit happen, but today was a good day. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's really hard right now. People are losing their minds. It's a fact because it's not the ideal situation. Things are starting to normalize now, but you gotta realize that again, people fall into that poor me loop, right? People start to feel sorry for themselves because they don't have the same freedom that they used to have. But you got to just realize that, and I say this to myself a lot as well. Like, yo, listen, man, life's good. Like, you get to wake up, you have a roof over your head, you're getting 3 square meals, probably more, and you're getting all that. And if you live in Pakistan, you probably have a driver, and you probably have your mother around. And it's nice and loving, and you still have the audacity to say, "I'm depressed." Let me slap you right now. But
So
in all
damn true
honesty,
about that, Memosh. So damn true, because the thing is that we don't count our blessings. Like we don't see you have a roof over you. There's
yes,
millions of people out there who don't even have a roof. Heck, who don't even have
100%.
water to drink.
100%. And
So
it's easier said than of course people have major issues, mental health issues and stuff like that. But like a way to sort of tackle that, because this coming from someone who had some issues in the past. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I'm gonna tell you, like, people have issues. I've had my issues. But what's really helped me is literally how you said, how you said counting your blessings, that literally helped me. Like I just started to realize that why don't I just sit down here and start writing it down? And this is literally what I did. I sat down. This is my book. That's my book. It says C'est la vie. That means such is life, right? And there's the reason why it says C'est la vie. Because such is life, man. Shit happens. Okay. Um. So you gotta really like. I was like, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna start writing it down. Count my blessings. See what I have. So we see what I don't have. And you start to realize like there's more to life than sitting here and feeling sorry for yourself, right? Listen, mental health exists. We have to take it seriously. I've been there. I have friends that are in that situation or were in that situation, right? but there are ways to tackle it. You got to understand that you can't keep yourself in it. You can get in it. It's very easy to get in it, and it's not your fault that you got in it. It might be somewhat your fault for the way you're thinking, but like shit happens sometimes. It's not your fault that you got in it, but you got to realize that there's a way to get out of it, and you got to be open to it. People become very close because they get used to it. They like it. You know, you. It's addictive. You know, imagine just being tagged
So
as that
true.
person who's always sad, and you know, like yeah, like it's my friend. I'm always gonna be there for him and help him. You get used to it, like some people do, right? You're like, oh yeah, I'm. You get sort of entitled to that sort of attention, right? You feel like you're entitled to it. You got to remember that that's not the case. Listen, you can feel that way. It's normal. It's okay, and it doesn't make you crazy because it's very normal, man. It's very normal. But remember that it's all in your head, and you can get out of it as well. Again, this coming from like I've been there. You have friends that have been there. You've probably been there in the past. You know what I mean? We've all been there. We got to understand shit happens. Let's move forward, sort of a thing. And again, like I'm saying it in very like generic sort of sort of terms, but like these are the issues. We do tend to feel we get in that thing. You know, we're like, yaar, meri zindagi bas bakwa. Like you somebody says like, no man, my life is just shit. My life is shit. It's not gonna get better. You know what I mean? So like you gotta really understand that you know what tomorrow's a new day. Take it one step at a time. Count your blessings. Whatever happens, and when you do that, whatever happens, whether it was a bad day or not, you're gonna end the day with you know what tomorrow's a new day. Fuck it. Let's win the day. That's how I see it. Win the day. You win the day, you're gonna have a good life. Life's good. That sort of thing, man. It's
And
all.
that's how you remain in the present. You remain in the present. You don't keep thinking about the
I
past.
don't want to
You
reminisce.
know.
Reminisce. I used to be like, oh, do you remember the time that happened? Or do you remember the time that I don't even like talking about that stuff anymore, I have good memories and like they're in my heart and I have love for all the people in my memories, but like the time is now. That toilet paper needs changing now. You don't need to change that toilet paper yesterday or tomorrow. You know what I mean? That those dishes need washing now. That run needs to be done now. That sparring session needs to be done now. You know what I mean? Anything small or big, pick up that glass and wash it right now. You know what I mean? So that's the way I think. That's the way I think. It's not. It's very like hyperactive. People say that to me all the time, but it just that's where I get my fulfillment, and it keeps me from going mad.
I mean, the people who say that's hyperactive, they're not even like, not even close to understanding the mentality. It's about discipline. It's about self-discipline. It's about consistency.
Yes.
Because that is what builds a character. It just not builds a fighter. It builds the character.
It was. We're stories.
Talking about, that the people who think, it's very hyperactive, they don't know, how they're very, far away from this mentality that builds a character, first of all. A
100%.
strong character. That's what
Yeah.
is needed.
And you're for me, for being a martial artist, for other building character, building things, and again, it comes back to that. It comes back to the fact that we were discussing before. Just understanding the reason behind everything. Like when you know why you're doing something, you're like, you know what, I'll do it. I'll do it. So that is the same thing over here as well, right? And
That
again,
is
that's my
absolutely
view.
true, Mehmosh. I mean, I love that view. I honestly learned a lot from you right now. I mean, that is just
Oh
amazing.
man,
And while you were talking about the attention thing, that people just want to be in that phase of depressed because you're gonna grab some attention every single day, and they like to stay there. The thing about attention
it's
is, those people, they don't understand that you need to stop giving a shit about people, and then only then you can get peace over here.
I wish I had a gong in the back just went dong or like a little bell. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. People don't give a fuck. It's like I said this to a friend of mine a while ago, like a few months ago. Like when I fought and I lost, and he was asking about it. I was like, yo, don't give a fuck. Wake up tomorrow morning, whatever, man. They're not gonna hit you. Like nobody cares. At the end of the day, no one cares, man. They're gonna care today, and they're gonna wake up tomorrow and not care. So if they don't care
I
tomorrow,
mean,
why
it's
should
it's
you
very
care
simple.
tomorrow?
Exactly, and I mean it's very exhilarating for me. The fact that once you die, no matter if you're a celebrity, if you're a president, if you're however famous or rich or whatever you are, if you die one day, if you die tomorrow, people are only gonna remember you for 1 or 2 days online. That's it. So if they're not gonna care about you once you're
That
dead, why do you care about what they say
exactly.
or think when you're alive? I mean, come on,
That's
live
the
your life.
thing. Listen, at the end of the day, listen, your family's gonna love you for the rest of your life, but these people are extras, man. Why are you worried about what these people have to say, man? Why are you worried about somebody who doesn't
So
even
damn
know
true.
you? Like this guy,
So
this
damn true,
guy
and I feel like
goes
we
from
relate on
one
this
bar.
thing very like too much.
Yes, man, absolutely. Like whatever this person knows about you is what he knows about whatever you posted on social media, if that's the case, right? That's not who you are. Why would you care what he thinks about who you are? He's not your friend or your
Exactly.
mother, your brother, your sister. Chill out, man. Like people need to chill out. This is what it is. People take themselves way too seriously. People take
So true.
like if I mess up, I will look like an idiot. People will laugh at me and it'll look really silly and like मेरी इज्जत का क्या होगा and like yo, calm down and relax. If you take yourself like a joke, anything you do, people are just gonna laugh. They're not gonna take it seriously. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's a fun guy. He's a good. Let him do what he's doing, man." But if you take yourself seriously, you put yourself in this bubble. Like you're like, oh, yeah, I have to put this face on. I have to look good all the time. I have to look in the mirror and check how I look. But like at the end of the day, you could just be like, I don't care, and people won't care, and then you're a friendly individual, and everybody gets along. Like, make it easier for yourself.
This
Why
is
make
so
it hard?
damn true. So damn true. What you talked about the bubble just said. When people take themselves too seriously, they're affected by everything. Oh, मुझे लोग क्या कहेंगे? मैं ये करने लगा.
Yeah,
Oh, वो क्या कहेगा? वो क्या कहेंगे? There's a lot of shit going on, and that's what's stopping people. That's what's stopping people to be their true version of themselves. That's what's stopping them to be authentic and be an original.
that,
It's
that.
just.
Oh man, and I feel like even I may have been that way for a bit, and then I had like I had people tell me like, "Yo, Mehmosh, just be yourself, bro," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be myself, man," and like I love it. Just be yourself.
So true,
Why
so true.
put on a face for someone? Nobody gives a fuck about you. You don't give a fuck about them. Be you, do you, and whatever you're doing in life, just do it well. Just fucking do it well.
Yeah, I mean, especially about Pakistan. I mean, the Desi culture. You know how people are, too free because they don't have life goals. They just, want to poke their noses into other people's businesses because, they don't have anything to do with their life. I
Yes.
mean, that's crazy, man. Ah,
Literally. Okay, so you want to know what he's doing, then you want to know what he's doing, then tell the other person what he's doing, and then he's gonna tell some other person and that's how their day goes by. That's what gets them through the day, and it's just because they have no actual goals for themselves. You know what I mean? Like we're talking. This is a certain specific kind of people whose fulfillment in life, or at least they think so, comes from talking about other people or discussing other people, and they're stuck doing absolutely fuck all. They're doing nothing,
come. Yeah,
right?
I mean,
So, and those
and,
people,
and, and it's funny, but it's also sad because, you feel sad for those people because, they don't have something to look up to. They don't get excited every single day. They don't get happy. They don't get mentally satisfied. Like
no, yeah, they don't.
we know this shit. We feel good about life. Whatever is going on, we feel good.
That's what I'm saying. And it comes back, it just comes all the way back to the fact that, listen, that's why you should never, ever take into account what someone else is thinking of you. Obviously, unless he's your loved one, right? So if that person's goals in life are that, then why should that person even matter to you? They shouldn't even exist to you, you know? Um, so that's the sort of
So damn true.
like
So damn true.
again, I don't say this in the sense that I'm on it every day. Like I'm only human, but like I do know that there are these certain little steps like of the ladder. So I've fallen off. So imagine I've fallen off the ladder. I know that this is the ladder, and these are the steps to climb back up the ladder. So I'm gonna go like, okay, I'm gonna go micro performance mode. So I call this micro performance mode because I tell myself I'm gonna perform at the highest level of myself for 5 minutes. So it's a perform high level performance, but it's mini for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go back up that ladder and get back to that mental state where I feel zen. Because it's not hard. It's just going and taking an active step and making an effort to going back up that ladder. My man. You know what I'm talking about. It's like you can sit here. I can sit here and I can go, for me, I'm going to order myself a 17-inch pizza and I'm going to eat it and feel sorry for myself. Or I can go, okay, that shit happened. I feel shit about what he's talking about me. I'm gonna go out for a walk. I'm gonna get myself a juice. I'm gonna, talk to someone, call somebody that I know is gonna make me feel better. I have loved ones. I have my mother and my father, or your friends and your family. Talk to someone who has that positive effect on you. Don't, because energy is everything. You don't want to sit in this like negative space and talk to someone negative. You need new friends then. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. It's not hard. You know the steps, climb back up that ladder. You have those, and by ladder, it could be people, there are certain people you can count on to call, and they're going to be there to tell you can do this. So call that person, Don't make yourself alone, because we're only alone because we make ourselves alone. You're alone when you want to be alone, right?
That
When you want your personal space, you make sure you have your personal space. Am I right? And then
so
sometimes
true, so damn true.
right? And then sometimes people get confused. You're like, oh, I'm alone, but when they're sad, right? So now we're sad and we're alone. No, you're alone because you want to be alone, and you're sad because maybe something happened or you want to be sad. Again, let's make an active effort to climb back up that ladder.
I mean, life is what you make of it. That's just simple.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
I
right,
feel
Mehmosh.
exactly.
So, I mean, Instagram doesn't allow me to do a session more than an hour, I'm
Oh,
absolutely loving this, conversation that we're having right now. It's
yes,
super important. It's something that matters. I honestly
100%.
love, having this conversation with you. These kind of things that we talked about. So damn important. Talking about health, mental
Much
health, the things that
more
actually matter in
important.
life. I mean, come on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like these are like my dad's a doctor and he works in neonates with children, right? So it's like just children with like mental sorts of disabilities, not just like obviously this is a different sort of thing when it comes to depression. That's something else. But like how, but it just goes to show you within our own country and our own culture, if somebody has a mental sort of problem, we just go, oh, he's mad. No, you're not crazy. You're absolutely normal. You're absolutely normal with some shit going on in your life. So just relax and use those steps, right? That's all. It's important. This is so important, and we need, and it's so good that you're like shedding light on it, because and it's so good that nowadays people are starting to shed light on it, because before that's what it was. Before, if you have an issue mentally, you're like, this guy's crazy. No, you're not crazy. You're just like finding it difficult to cope in such a cruel world, man. Because this place is fucking cruel, man. That's just the way it is. C'est la vie. So
Yeah, I mean, life.
we're just trying to find
Shit
those
happens, life. It's life. Shit happens. You move on.
ups and downs will come. We gotta learn from 'em.
So damn true. So damn true. Mehmosh, since the time is up, I'm so sorry that
Were
I'm
we,
cutting it.
okay, tell me, have we been on for an hour now?
Yeah, it's been an hour.
That's crazy. That is insane, man. Yeah, that was sick.
I mean, time flies. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish I could have done this more. I wish Instagram didn't have this limit of an hour.
Listen, we
But
can
I
do this
mean,
whenever you like. We can do this. I'm down to do this. Let's get on and talk and like talk about anything. Like discuss this stuff. It was brilliant being on, man. Like that hour flew by.
I know, right? And I already know the topic we're gonna talk about next, and we are gonna do another session, and that's gonna be on
100%.
the thing that Rusty said, be like water, my friend, and that's the whole
Oh,
concept of
nice,
it.
nice,
When you
nice.
just describe, be like water. That's it.
Be water, my friend. Flow like water. Crash like water. Yeah, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Inshallah.
And we're gonna do this inshallah. In coming days we're gonna do it again because I know for a fact people love this, and we have people who are saying they wish they could have gotten here earlier and stuff like that. They're sending you hearts.
Oh man,
The audience loves you, man.
I appreciate everyone on here. I literally haven't even looked at the messages. Literally have not even looked at them. So I'm just going through them now, and I'm just like seeing all these people like waving and stuff. And I appreciate all of you guys, and like thanks for listening. And I hope everything I said was like somewhat useful to you guys, man. If there's anything I missed here,
Thank you so much, Mehmosh. Thank you so much, every single buddy who joined us at this time. It was just about to end. We have 10 seconds right now.